The next order of business, since I still got time, is to start grading out this area over here with this dirt that I have. I'm thinking that I may have to move some of these tools around here, because what I want to kind of do is pull down this side a bit more and get it a bit more level, because it's rolled off right now. Since I have the excavator, it's a lot easier to go about that than it is with the BX, because I have a lot more power, and over here is a lot of rock. So I may not even want to dig it that much, but I'm kind of just thinking about how I want to get it graded so I can put something up here. So I have to push a lot of this material over here to get it leveled. And I don't know, I really don't want to lose any more trees back here, but I think one of these trees is going to have to go, because my plan is to put trailers over here and then a shed here. So I want to try and have this area accessible for the truck and or the machines. All right, so after cutting this out some, I am thinking that this tree right here is gonna have to go because I'm gonna be filling in around it and I'm gonna be burying the base like another 6 inches to a foot, maybe. Plus, if I put my shed here, I'm planning on having it on an angle here, so this will be, you know, right on the corner of it, and that's just gonna be a problem down the road when it gets bigger and then I have a branch or part of the tree or something breaks and falls right on it. I mean, I guess I have all these other trees too, but all right, so it's a couple weeks since I've been back here grading, and during one of the last windstorms, this pine tree fell down. Actually, it was a double stumped pine tree, and it ripped right out of the ground. So, the base of this thing is about a 20-inch, and you know, as you can see here, it's pretty much no taproot or anything. It's all just surface stuff over ledge and rock. So now, of course, this is right where I wanted to put a shed. So I'm happy this fell down first, but this also gives me no trust in these 3 pine trees that are right next to it. So I kind of want to take these down. Max helping me take down the trees. So this center one in front of me, it's got to be like a 2.5 foot base on it. It's a very big one. I don't know, I wanted to try, at least I know with these 2 smaller ones I can dig around them and push them, but I don't know if I can do that with this one. However, it would be very beneficial because getting that stump out without the tree leverage is going to be tough. So I guess the first thing is to get this tree out of the way. Well, as GoPro standard, it overheated and shut off while I was pushing this tree over. But ultimately, there was no taproot, just like the other one, all rocks on the backside and just some holding roots down here. Just because of the weight and the leverage, it took a bit with this to push it over, but I mean, I got it over. So I pushed it this way because this is where the weight was leaning. And big tree. Big stump Mac. So getting it out like this, at least I can finagle this stump around. Even if I can't directly lift it, we can cut it off and I can move it around, because I wouldn't have been able to pull this stump out without any leverage. Okay, so it's been about, I don't know, a month since I started grading out this area, and a couple weeks since I took down these trees, since one of them fell right over. And honestly, what I'm thinking is that I'm going to just clear right up back through here, because there's just a dead ash tree, a couple other small trees, and you know, I can just get a nice clearing up here where I can probably better store my trailers. And I think, honestly, I'm thinking about it, a metal structure building or something that I can get more storage in versus just a conventional shed is going to be the way to go. So for me, over here I don't really have the space without taking up my whole yard, and if I just cut a nice path through here and clear out the already partially cleared area up here, I can, you know, put my trailers off to the side and have maybe a building over here and just a straight shot from my side yard all the way through to get up to there, and not have anything conflicting down here for just the yard space. So my plan right now is to try and clear this out a bit more so I can get the rest of these logs out of the way. I have the upper half of a tree plus the other one that I was going to cut up, and I may have to drop another large tree right here. I don't know yet. We'll kind of see how it goes, but most of these pine trees aren't held in by much, and that's the scary part. So let's see if we can get that stump out, this stump out, and that tree over, and see how we go. Okay, so again, this is another free afternoon I've got in between all my jobs I've been doing. Yesterday, I came home from a job and my dad and I quickly loaded up a couple trailer fulls of all the brush that I had been piling up in the last part of this video, and took that to our transfer station. It was about 3 humped over trailers, and then he put the rest of the stumps in the trailer, so those will be going to a different place where you have to pay to get rid of them. So since I have some time this afternoon, I want to kind of continue clearing out some more trees up there, and then I also wanted to take out the tree next to the Shelter Logic and this tree right here, because they'll both be in the way of making a path. And this one's broken at the top, and that one's also broken at the top. So let's get these down, I guess. All right, so I'm kind of lazy with this one. I don't really want to move the Shelter Logic. I'm gonna see if I can just dig it up and push it out. Alright, so just on the bottom of that stump, there was this much rock. I think there was probably almost just as much rock in it as there was stump. Definitely a lot lighter now, so I should be able to lift and move this one around, I think. Actually, even some of this rock was in the bottom of the stump when I was pulling it up. So that's pretty much why I wanted to take these down, because their only basing was this shale-like ledge, and even at best, all that did was give it a little bit of weight. Did not really give it any structure. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to take down these two trees here because they are completely dead. But the one next to it's okay, so hopefully I don't disturb its roots too badly. Alright, so I've basically cleaned up most of the trees that were left in this area so that I can make a path going up through, and then I just spread this pile, move that rock, and get everything out of the way so that we can easily move trucks and equipment back through here. Now, of course, originally my plan was the shed up in this corner, but everything I think is going to be going up back over this hill because it's going to give me the most space and somewhere I can obfuscate the equipment with a fence or something like that and not take up my whole yard. The second hill here is a little steep, but I plan on getting some fill from a couple of jobs I'm going to be doing and filling in that hole there and then making this grade a lot more approachable. And then up here I have to pretty much get rid of all of these dead trees. I have to cut them up. Still haven't gotten to them yet, as well as take down a few more trees and kind of plan out where I want to put the building. But my plan is to hopefully put in some kind of metal framed shop building up here that would have a concrete pad and then, you know, be some size that I could get 1 or 2 garage doors on it and have it for storage and for working on equipment up here. Just because I think with the amount of attachments and the 2 machines I have, plus, you know, there's always going to be more. Having a space up here for that, and then the trailers off to the side is going to give me the most space, as well as keeping it out of my yard and out of the view of the street with putting up maybe a fence on this side or like a couple of arborvitaes or something along those lines, just to give some coverage from the road, because unfortunately, since I'm on a hill, pretty much everything in my backyard is up for view because of the fact that it is elevated above my house. So for now, this will be where I'm kind of leaving it, because I'm pretty much doing side jobs every weekend and every weeknight. I haven't been filming all of them just because some of them have been in and out, others haven't been a full job. I've just been doing parts of it, and filming it just doesn't work with the time frame I have. But, you know, I've done, in the last 6 weeks, I've done like 30 plus jobs, so I've been really busy. And the next thing I'll probably be able to do here is take out the rest of those down trees, as well as that stump and other brush, and get that cleaned up. And I'll make sure to try and film all of that stuff for sure. If any of the job videos are spotty in here and there, it's because usually it's either something I just don't have time to film, or it's not a complete job, so you really don't get the beginning to end on the whole thing. So yeah, hopefully I can get back to working on my own yard in the near future.